You're in Vinewood, the capital of the world. You want to make it big, but you have seconds to make an impression. A retouched impression that lies about your age, weight, and height. You're in a town of liars and fantasists. Isn't it time your headshot showed you fit right in? In this town, it's vital to walk around with black and white 8x10s of yourself, looking like a catalog model or a softcore porn star. That's where I come in. My name is Lorenzo O'Houlihan. First, I take an old-fashioned photograph of you, and then I touch it up to get rid of your skin tags and the wrinkles from years of worry that you're useless and so is the personality you were born with. I help turn you into something Vinewood knows how to work with, a bland automaton with the personality of a dishcloth. I also offer casting couch training, so you'll know when and how to put out to get ahead. I also teach gaydar blocking, so the gay mafia will think you're one of them. I am Lorenzo O'Houlihan, Dream Maker. Contact me today.
It's MMA! Don't miss the upcoming match of Brazil's Luz Cardoso versus Vice Beach's Troy Meatpacker. Half of them don't speak much English, the other are foreign. It's the noble Eastern art of eviscerating your opponent with a kidney punch while you're both wearing swimming trunks. MMA! It's a combination of skills, gut, wit, and the psychotic desire to give someone brain damage! Mixed martial arts, mixing kung fu, homoerotic wrestling, bloodlust, and merchandising. I want to see some blood, you pussies! Only on pay-per-view.
Windsor Real Estate for super prestige, top value, investment grade, lifestyle defining, timeless class but effortlessly informal. Live your life like it's out of a catalog. In an environmentally precarious area of biodiversity, seismic turbulence, and scarce resources, nothing makes more sense than building a French chateau with a 25-acre lawn in the desert. Fabulous views. Look down on people. Live the American dream. Residing in a mansion waited on by immigrants who hate you. Windsor Real Estate. Real estate at the highest price imaginable. It's who you are.
K-Boom 108, where we're right and they are wrong. You know, it's interesting that we can talk about these things. It's interesting because we live in a time when the government is cracking down on everything. And in some cases, I applaud that.
Right.
The violent video games.
But not immigration. They don't crack
down on that. Of course not.
I have a solution. Here's something else. You know, when people come from other countries and they want to populate our country, and that's fine. If you're a legal immigrant, more power to you. Come here.
What is this, like the Mike mop-up session?
Listen, I have these ideas. I want to get them out. They're important. This one is also important, and I just think it's an innovation whose time has come. You know how people come from the other countries and they want to wear their costumes in our country?
Yeah, I don't get that.
They want to wear their
veils,
turban, and their big fur robe or whatever the hell they wear in other countries. Yeah. Here's my idea. You can wear whatever costume you want. Go ahead. If it means it to you, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it has to be red, white, and blue stars and stripes. It has to look like an American flag.
Uh-huh.
So you want to wear a burqa, you want to wear a veil on your face, a turban on your head, that's fine. But it's going to have America written all over it.
So what you're attempting to do, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what you're attempting to do is actually reverse the typical designation for someone's race. You're not looking for someone to be an Asian American, an African American, a Mexican American, a Norwegian American. You're looking for the word America to come first.
Absolutely.
You want an American African.
And this does not preclude...
You want an American Mexican. You want an American Norwegian.
Again, does not preclude...
An American Canadian.
From being proud of where they're from, or being true to their faith, or whatever the hell they call it in these countries. I don't know what they call it.
Yes.
Their duty, their
ideology.
Yeah, their whatever. So they can go ahead and do that, but at the same time showing the colors of the great country that allows them to do that.
I think this is going to lessen the confusion when one needs to wade face first into a group of these ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah.
You can use that straight away to determine which one of them you're going to go after.
Yeah.
You know, say you're nutty and there's some rally. And, you know, you agree with us here on the Mike and David show about illegal immigration. And you want to do something about it. You've got one of the 100 guns that you have in your place, and you want to take some of these people out. I'm all behind you. But wouldn't it be great if you really could tell who the good guys were?
Yeah.
Illegal immigrant or not. If they were willing to come here and wear our colors. I mean, there's no way that a terrorist would want to wear our colors.
No, they can't be all bad.
They would be defiled.
Yeah.
They'd be horrified.
Yeah, it would be like acid on their skin. And you called this Mike's Mop-Up Hour. These are good ideas.
Oh, they are good ideas.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you're on board.
I had the producer sheet in front of me. We were going to talk about FCC censorship. We're going to talk about censorship in general.
I feel strongly about things.
I understand, and I don't think. Look, I'm glad you brought them up.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that we live in a society where you can pretty much say what you want to say within reason and according to what the government thinks is best for us.
Right.
I think it's a brilliant thing to live in a society like that.
Sure.
Where you are free to do whatever you wanted to do as long as somebody in our government approves of it.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, who else has that kind of freedom?
I'm sitting here and I'm looking at some of the proposed rules that the government's going to have for television, for radio, and so on. And this provision about Sundays being all churchified, no more hardcore gangsta thug movies on cable channels on Sundays. None of that stuff. All day, 24/7 on Sunday, nothing but religion.
Yeah.
Nothing but, and I'm not talking about religion like, the temptation of Christ or any of that stuff, that quasi junk.
Right.
I'm talking about hitting your knees and thanking God that you live in a country like we live.
Yeah.
And doing so for a good long time.
Give me that old-time religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure it's broadcast to me in what I would consider a favorable light. Don't give me your snarky, sarcastic, well, hey, this might be true or might not be true according to your faith. No, it is true. It is Sunday, and on the seventh day he rested and he thought about what he'd done.
Right.
And you need to get in line with that.
That's right. Now, the cable channels have pushed back. Gee, go figure. And there's been some interesting things posed as solutions. One of them is to take all of these R-rated and NC-17 rated shows that aired in theaters and corrupted our youth, that were showed in theaters and corrupted our youth, and reenact them. But not changing the storyline, changing the actors to puppets. Can you imagine some of history's best action flicks with puppets in the roles of the actors? It would remove all of this stigma of, action movies make little Johnny go out and blow somebody away with a tombstone. They see a car chase, they want to go down to Novin and steal back a car and go for a joyride. Right? None of that anymore because puppets are doing it. You don't see puppets inciting riots.
I love this idea.
You don't see these cute little puppets telling our youth to go kill people.
You know what I love about it? I love the fact that it brings families together.
Yes, absolutely.
Finally, I can enjoy a Nick McGee film. I could watch Rear Naked Choke with my kids.
Right.
And they're going to enjoy it on their level, and I'm going to enjoy it on my level.
That's exactly right.
I think it's fantastic.
It is the bridge between generations.
I don't know if I agree with cable companies and big media corporations and their.
I'm not so sure that a cable company came up with this idea.
I think there was pushback from them on this.
There was pushback, but then the government said this is what we're going to do.
This makes sense.
Right.
It would have to be the government to come up with this idea because it makes so much sense.
Right. And on top of this, the actual actors and puppeteers involved would be government workers. So we could crank out, a movie a year based on just throwing that kind of resource at it.
So you could have a DOE.
A DOE, Department of...
Entertainment.
That's amazing. That's an interesting thing.
Or a DOCP.
Which is?
Departments of Casting and Puppets.
Nice. On K-Boom 108, where we're right and they're wrong, and we'll be right back.
Dirt is everywhere. Filthy germs are everywhere. Death is everywhere. It's time to sanitize everything, including yourself. Make your life safe again with Pontius Advanced Hand Sanitizer. During the day, you are exposed to literally millions of life-threatening germs and viruses. Use Pontius Advanced Hand Sanitizer several times an hour and protect yourself and your loved ones. It's not neuroses, it's good hygiene. Pontius is so hard on germs, it burns off the top layer of your skin, leaving you clean and fresh. And it's so strong, it will one day create a drug-resistant superbacteria that will wipe out half of mankind. Pontius, it's time to sanitize everything.
The kind of water you drink says a lot about the type of person you are. It's time to take hydration seriously. Flo. Your local water is terrible. It's time to make hydration real. That's why we filtered it, put it in a fancy bottle, and are marketing it using famous actors. It's time to make hydration creative. Are you still drinking tap water? What's wrong with you? It's time to make hydration flow. Drink Flow, infused with oxygen and hydrogen. If you're active or at least want to appear to be, there's only one hydration solution. Flow.
In San Andreas, we recycle everything, including the tired old adage that we're going to pull ourselves out of this financial shithole. But you can pull yourself out of your financial situation by donating your car to an unspecified, ambiguous charity. It's shipped to China to be disassembled by children who go blind from mercury exposure, while you get a healthy tax write-off. We rip off charities, while you rip off Uncle Sam by massively overvaluing that rust bucket in your tax returns. And everyone's the winner. Donate your car today.